Good morning, everyone. This is Ranger Rob, and welcome to the Ranger Rob Country Living channel. Today's a little different than the other days. Why? Because first, the sprinklers are on, we are doing a major cook. That's right. This is cooking with Ranger Rob today. So this is the weekend, and I have finally decided to tackle my nemesis. I am cooking it's about a 12-pound brisket, and we bought the brisket from Costco, and we've been cooking it so far over 12 hours. We put it in the Traeger here yesterday about 9 o'clock last night, and it's been cooking, slow cooking since then at 200 degrees and what they call super smoke. So I have not looked at this. Now I confess my wife came out here and took a look, but I haven't seen it. So what am I looking for? I got slow cooked this sucker, and probably all day, and resting all day, and trying to get it tender, trying to get a bark on it. So I've got at least 12 hours on this thing now, or getting there. And so when I open this, I'm really hoping to see a really good bark, and check my temperatures. And later on, sometime today, when I'm ready, when the temperature's just right, I have to wrap it, and I'm going to wrap it in paper and continue to cook it till we can get it up to the 200s. So yeah, I've never cooked I think I cooked a partial brisket years ago, and I never really got a good, it didn't turn out real good, so I never got into briskets. So, but this time I'm gonna do it. So I've done a lot of studying, and also learned that #1 rule is patience. And you know, last night I had to trim it and all that stuff, and that was quite a feat. I've never trimmed a real blown brisket before. But anyway, let's open it up and see what I got. Ready? All right. Wow, that looks really good. So seasoning wise, I'm using Meat Church's Holy Cow and pepper, salt and pepper. Also within here is all the fat and stuff I cut off when I was trimming it, because I want the juices out of it to get tallow, and it's actually rendering down pretty good. Anyway, we're going to take some probes and take a look at this thing, and I'll tell you what the plan is afterwards. Alright guys, after further evaluation, one of our problems is we don't have any butcher paper. Now there's 3 ways that you can do a wrap if you want to. You can use tin foil, which has disadvantages to cooking, but not bad. Or don't wrap it at all, which means you could get a kind of a harder bark. You know, hey, just like, and tell my dog to quit eating my tomatoes. Anyway, so other than that, we don't. So anyway, here we are. It looks beautiful. Now, what we understand with a brisket is rendering the fat. So we're showing really good rendering, and not to mention my fat over here is rendering out really good too, which is my tallow. Anyway, so we decided we're not going to wrap it, and we're going to spritz it more often, which just means squirt it with water. until we get up to the temperature we want, which is around 203 to 5, like that. So we're not that far away. We measured it, and we are at 200 at some spots, but not quite on the flat part. So still got ways to go there. So I think we're gonna go with the spritzing, and bring the temperature up the rest of the way. Take the this is cooking at 200. I'm gonna move it to 225, and watch the temperature, do the spritzing. When we get up to that area, we'll eventually shut her down and then let it rest for almost all day long, and we should have some really good sandwiches. Anyway, that's the plan. We're sticking to it until we change our mind. So anyway, yeah, doing a brisket is harder than I thought, but it's kind of fun. Well, guys, I lied to you. We decided just to keep up the process. You can do the wrapping different ways and stuff, but we found out we can use parchment paper, which is okay. Not ideal. Butcher paper is better, but we did wrap it right here, and so we're gonna let that run for a while. We'll do some temperature probes, but this thing's already really close to 200, so we'll probably only have to keep it wrapped maybe an hour or so, but it'll make it nice and tender. But the next important thing after this is letting it rest for 4 to 8 hours if you can do it. But what we'll do is turn this down to the new Traegers. You can do a warm mode, so you bring the temperature down to serving temperature, which is around 165 or so. Anyway, so around dinner time we'll shut her down completely and let it cool down a little bit more, and then we'll start making slices out of it. So anyway, interesting, smells delicious. Anyway, I think we're doing all right. So anyway, and sure, we used big old spatula so we could pick up that brisket, and anyway, we're kind of excited about it. But by the time it's about dinner time is about the time we'll be able to serve this thing, so it's coming along pretty good. Well, guys, it's the next day, and yeah, I'm wearing the same shirt. Anyway, we did our brisket. Wasn't completely successful, but not bad. Cooking a brisket is an art. I'm learning that for sure. So our brisket our bark came out a little bit too heavy, only because in the Traeger I should use the shelf above the bottom, and we cooked all night, and that was actually too long. Should have been more like 6 to 8 hours at the most, where we did almost 12, which brought my brisket to too high a temperature. So the reason we were kind of confused on the wrapping is because it was already over the temperature. Anyway, so a lot of things we learned. However, what did we get out of it is it turned out to be more like pulled pork. So it's very good. It's super tasty. But it was also like beef jerky as far as the crust and stuff. But anyway, good experience. Definitely learned a few things. Timing is everything. But getting educated with YouTube was very helpful. Anyway, not going to give up. I'm going to try again, but when the conditions are right. Anyway, that was lessons learned from that. So life lessons from cooking a brisket. Anyway, time to do my chores for today. So we're gonna head out to the greenhouse first, and I gotta get the water situation set up there, and we'll see how the pigs are doing. So yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Well, I'm out by the greenhouse now, and you know, I do hydroponics. So this morning I can tell you for sure the tank needs to be filled with water in solution, and so we have to do that this morning. And of course the chickens over here need to be fed and watered and all that stuff too. So anyway, some of the funny things I was going to kind of bring this up is we're getting to the point now with the pigs. The little pigs are all getting to the age of it's time to start finding them, you know, their homes to live in. So I know for sure we have 6 sold already for one family, and then another one that we sold as a breeder. But anyhow, so we already have, out of 10 pigs, probably 7 of them sold already. So whatever we don't sell, we're going to just raise up for meat for the middle of spring next year. So because it'll take about 8 months to 6 months to grow them totally out, and they're good looking pigs. So anyway, so we're not having any trouble getting homes for the pigs. Anyway, having trouble kind of figuring out what our business model is going to look like, because unfortunately we have, you know, Penny, we lost Penny. We have Maggie and Zelda, which are older pigs, and they're really big pigs, and it looks like Zelda's not taking as far as getting pregnant. So anyway, those 2 big pigs will probably have to move on and get them off the farm, and so I won't go much more into details on that. But and if I want to, they'll take away all my sows except Annie, and I might go to Washington and buy another breeder not related to my herd. So I'll have 2 breeder females. Probably be a gilt. Anyway, because 2 seems to be pretty good, which will give me an average of plus or minus 10 piglets. If everything goes good, it could be even a lot more than that. But anyway, think about doing that if I decide to go forward. If not, I'm going to just thin the herd and only do maybe just 1 set of piglets next year. Who knows? Or totally get out of it and just do feeders. Who knows? Anyway, we got decisions to make. The fun part of getting old and finding out what your main interests are when you get older. So anyway, let me get some work done in the greenhouse here and the chickens, and we'll talk some more about what we're going to do with this farm. Yeah, so one of the things I was going to bring up getting older is what do you stop doing and what do you continue doing? And when it comes to a farm, you also say what's practical. Is having chickens when you're getting older, are they easy to maintain? And if you want to modify things, it's like, do you also want to keep up with the bigger animals? For example, my pigs right here. Now they're monsters to take care of, huh? And of course, I have some eggs in my hand that give the pigs, so that's what they're waiting for. But you get kind of attached to these guys. Since these are breeders, it's not like they're going to be terminated every year, so you get pretty attached to them. So anyway, but we're gonna give them a treat. Give these two some eggs, and then move on to the rest of the farm and get the little ones fed and stuff. But you guys hungry? Hey, want an egg? Those guys love their eggs. All right, and of course you guys like eggs too, don't you? You barking at my piggies? Are you barking at my piggies? All right, guys, now let's get on the cart and get around to the other part of the property and take care of the rest of the pigs. And pigs are going, what? Is there no more eggs? I know. Anyway, let's go. Oh, I did forget to tell you, I did get the water switched out in the greenhouse here, and it's chugging along just fine. A little messy, but it's functional. And yeah, so everything's cool here. Got all the fans going, and okay, now I'm off to the pigs. All right, guys, so I got out to the pig area, and of course my German Shepherd is playing with the piggies. And pretty much every morning there's a big chase, and they're doing circles, and the dog's barking, and there's dust everywhere, and they just love it. I always worried about maybe the pigs might get hurt, but they love it. Okay, so these guys are anxious to get fed, and their bowls out there, and I got the babies over at the other end down here, Maggie in the middle, so we'll get them all taken care of. And yeah, I'll let you see the babies too. All right, I'm back here with the little babies. First of all, there's Maggie. She's sitting in her wallow waiting for me to add more water to it, bringing food out to the babies. Now the babies, they're like a week and a half younger than the older pigs you just saw, but there they are. Hi guys. They're very tame pigs because they're pretty much talked to and handled every day and pet, so it makes a big difference. Anyway, but they're hungry, and they're actually hungry for real food. So what we've been doing now is we bring, this is kind of the last day of them getting formula, because they're almost completely converted to hard food. So they've been trained into that, and as you can see, they're not lacking in weight at all. They're very healthy piglets. So they're about 7 weeks old now, and they'll start be looking for new homes in the next week or so. So let's get this taken care of. Also taking care of Maggie, and get them all full tummies, and then we'll feed the big pigs in the back, and then water up. There's always things to do. Then we'll make sure all the wallows are nice and full and the water troughs are full. All right, let's move on. All right, before I do piglets, of course I've got Maggie right here in the middle. This is her paddock, and it's still intimidating even though she's friendly. But I'm grabbing her food, going out to her paddock, and she's tipped over her bowl. I'll try to do it with my feet right here. We feed her over by the piglets here, so the piglets know, which they're definitely okay, know that how to eat hard food. Here comes Maggie. Hi Maggie. She's a big pig. She can be pushy, so There you go, girl. And she loves her back scratches. And I usually water her down, squirt her with a hose, make sure she's cooled off for the day. And yeah, but I was talking about Maggie, what we're gonna do with her. She obviously isn't having babies anymore. Her health is probably so-so, and so she's not a breeder anymore. And but she's a good pig, huh? So anyway, I'll get her all watered up, and she'll have a full tummy, and she'll be a happy camper. But these guys are waiting for their food still, right? Huh? They're getting big. All right, let's get the little ones taken care of. All right, I'm over here with the older piglets. They're all ready to eat. They're waiting for me to come in. They really don't try to escape, but I do need to be cautious because they are smart. But anyway, let's get them fed. All right, I'm out here getting ready to pour their food out. Gotta fill up their bowls, which I'll get away from the house a little bit. And I use 2 bowls just because there's 5 of them, and they're getting bigger. And how you guys doing? They're waiting for their food, and I'm gonna shut the camera off just because it'd be easier for me to handle these little guys, I think. They're a lot more skittish. All right, just poured their food. Of course, I got a dust storm, so no lack of appetites here. All right, guys, heading back, let them eat, and start doing some watering. Well, guys, just going out the gate, wasn't paying attention, and I electrocuted myself with the cross wire and fell down. Didn't get hurt, luckily, but definitely hurts my pride. So also need to learn to pay attention. Anyway, all's well, but definitely a lesson learned. Pay attention. So anyway, piggies are eating. I'm gonna try to get out of this gate without killing myself, and move on. Well, I'm back up at the house. Guess today was a great reminder of why I need to be safe. Once again, kind of goes with like, you're getting older, Rob. You know, some of that could have been a catastrophe. If I was in with one of the big pigs, and they were so curious, I could literally have gotten hurt by a pig. So, I don't know, everything's a give and take, but safety is a big thing. When we get older, stay focused. Anyway, guys, instead of making a real long video like last week, please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over. Try cooking something you haven't tried before. Don't be embarrassed if it doesn't come out. Figure out what went wrong and try again. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please take the time to subscribe. That really helps us. So anyway, guys, have fun. Try homesteading. If you get a chance in the future to try it, good for you. But yeah. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Bye now.
Thank you very much for watching our video. Please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. Thanks.